Over the top.
Hi there, folks. Well, as you can see, things are rather somber here today at Over the Top. That's because we're expressing our solidarity with fellow video journalist and commentator Keith Olbermann. That's Olbermann the Oppressed. You may remember Olbermann from his recent stint as the ultra-liberal, mean-spirited commentator on MSNBC. Before that, he was a reasonably good sportscaster for ESPN. But you may not have seen much of Olbermann lately, unless you have access to Al Gore's Current TV cable channel. It isn't exactly the tops on most cable TV lists, but Olbermann has been the network's top talent with his familiar Countdown cable news show. Things began to go a little awry earlier this year when the network had technical problems and Olbermann was angry when they weren't fixed immediately. Keith has taken to doing his Countdown program with a black background and a candle in protest of the technical problems. Hence our black background and this high-tech candle to show our solidarity with Keith. We obviously don't have any technical issues here at Over the Top. But things really got bad just before the Iowa caucuses when Current TV asked Olbermann to host its election night coverage. Can you imagine asking your network's top political correspondent to host a political show on election night? What were Al Gore and the guys thinking? Olbermann, of course, said no, and Gore had to fill in for him on caucus night. Keith proved he would not be cowed by the network's oppressive management. Although, since he actually has an equity stake in the network and is listed as its chief news executive, he technically is management. But whatever. Olbermann was also absent from this week's Current TV coverage of the New Hampshire primary election. But not to worry, Keith and network executives say they have their differences worked out. Exactly what that means is not clear. Will Olbermann host future Current TV election night coverage? Or will he talk about election news only on his Countdown program, as he wanted to do for the Iowa caucuses? Thousands of viewers want to know, but not millions. Olbermann's audience has dropped to about a fifth of what it was when he was on MSNBC. But don't worry, Keith. To paraphrase the great Gloria Swanson, you're still big. It's the networks that got small. And your ongoing fights with whatever network you're working for will always be over the top to me.
Over the top, over the top.